we discussed in previous episodes about why Poland is this adamant about Ukraine not just not losing the war, but actually winning it. And by winning it, as a definition, as in pushing Russia out of all territories that were held by Ukraine, not just before February 24th, 2022, but since that they held before February 2014, when Russia illegally annexed the Crimean Peninsula. So for this to happen, or rather not for this to happen, but the Poles, they believe that this is crucial for a number of reasons. One of them is just pure geopolitics and Poland's own national security interest. If the war is allowed to become one of these frozen conflicts that Russia has previously been prone to initially start and then freeze, such as, for example, the Transnistria region in Moldova since the war in 1992 that has remained in that state, or the war in Georgia, initially also back in the early 90s with the breakaway republics of South Ossetia and Abkhazia, which it is like a festering wound that never really goes away, and the Russians, they have this opportunity to use what they call in strategy for an escalation ladder. So at any moment of their choosing, they can ramp up the rhetoric and then also initiate some types of acts to put pressure on these other countries, whether it's Moldova, whether it's Georgia, and also Belarus has, even though there hasn't been any breakaway republic or any war or so, but since Alexander Lukashenko came to power in 1995, he has been taking Belarus more and more in an eastern direction towards Moscow, changing the flag into this the traditional white, red, white flag was changed into this red-green flag, which is full of Soviet symbolism. He has done whatever he can to minimize the Belarusian language and try to have as many people speak Russian instead. But at the same time, he did a balancing act for many years, that he would send some signals to the West, to the EU, that he wants closer cooperation. Then he would do the same with Russia, and he would try to gain favors from both sides. But since 2020 and the falsified election result, it is clear that he has put his bet now on Russia and Vladimir Putin. And since February 2022, Russian troops are stationed in the country, and it looks like they are more or less under Russian control for now. So these are those areas that Russia has previously started these frozen conflicts, and if they would be allowed, this is clearly what they did with the Donbass in 2014. Even though the intensity of warfare decreased significantly in 2018, 19, 20, and 21, the legal situation there with this conflict, the Ukrainians naturally never recognized any sovereignty for any of these fake people's republics, the Luhansk and Donetsk people's republics that were proclaimed and later recognized by Russia. And after they were recognized by Russia, also annexed or attempted to annex them, at least, together with an additional two Ukrainian regions, Kherson and Zaporizhia. So this strategy of frozen conflicts is something that Poland wants to avoid. This a ceasefire is not enough. Just peace negotiations and some kind of settlement that leaves Russia with a reward for having started the war is not enough.
Adam, as usual, the clock has defeated us, so I'm going to have to ask you to pause there, but we will pick it up next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam almost in mid-sentence, but fear not, if you join us next time on Poland Daily History, as we hope you will, we'll pick up the story. Until then, thank you for watching.